Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Today, we want to look at what our life purpose is. And you might be thinking, wow, that's going to take a bit longer than a 5-minute podcast. Or actually, you might be surprised how easy it is to identify what your life purpose is. You can do it in a matter of minutes. It's really not difficult. Many people that I talk to every day who are learning English seem to me to be a little bit lost. Not only with English, but all of us, we seem to be handed certain traditions, belief systems, and ideas from our families and cultures. You might think that's a good thing, but we often feel that we can't relate because of the changing world and changing generations. Our parents and grandparents, they seem to have one truth. That may have been a political ideology, it may have been a religious belief, but whatever it was that gave them energy and power, we just don't seem to have. And deep inside us, it makes us a little insecure, or at least makes us wonder, where did my parents and grandparents get all this stuff from? Because I don't feel it. And this is something which many people battle with every day. We feel very independent, but with independence comes a kind of loneliness or existential crises. But there's a very easy way to overcome this, and it only involves 5 questions. And only one of these questions is actually about you. Only one of these questions is inward looking. Let me ask you these questions. Who are you? You can just answer with your name. For me, it's going to be Joseph. What do you do? Now, this can be a hard one because maybe you're doing a job that you don't like. But what is it that you're offering the world? We all have something. Could be programming, could be teaching, could be art. It doesn't necessarily have to be your job work title. It could be anything. Who do you do it for? What do they want or need? And how do they change or transform as a result of what you do? So let's go over these questions. I'm going to show you how this works by applying these for myself. So the only question which is actually really about my inward self is, who am I? So the first question, as you know, is, who are you? So I'll take that and apply it to myself. Who am I? Well, I'm Joseph. That's all you need for the first question. Who are you? I'm Joseph. What do you do? I teach. If you're not sure what the answer to that is, spend no more than a minute just writing down a couple of adjectives, particularly things that make you happy. Who do you do it for? I do it for students and for people who are generally searching for life's answers. You would be surprised what can come out of a conversation about English for an hour. What do they want or need? For me, I think that students want calmness and encouragement. They want a safe space where they can express themselves. It helps to motivate them. And many people come from backgrounds where they just don't have that space or that safety to express themselves in English. When I say space or safety, I'm not really talking about physical safety. I'm talking about the confidence to express themselves. When you live within a family unit and you say you want to learn English, sometimes people laugh. Your husband might say, "Oh, here we go again. She wants to do something different." Or if the husband says it, the wife might say, yeah, dear, I'm busy cooking, so tell me later. They don't really feel that they have a space to be quite who they want to be? And that last question, how do they change or transform as a result of what you give them? And that's quite simple. They grow, and you watch them grow. Now it's your turn. Let me ask you these questions. Who are you? Just answer with your name. What do you do? Just pick a couple of adjectives, the thing that you're most passionate about, the thing that you feel supremely qualified to do in life. Who do you do it for? Is it customers maybe? Or is it friends? For example, if you work in a hotel reception, you're giving people space, you're giving people a room, a place to be peaceful for the evening. If you love cooking, who do you do it for? Maybe it's friends. What do they want or need? My answer was calmness and encouragement. So the people that you do your thing for, what is it they're looking for? And the final question is, how do they change or transform as a result? If you take these 5 questions and go through them very quickly within a few minutes, you'll quickly be able to identify what your purpose is. Now, what your purpose is, it does not necessarily match your job description. But if you think about it, the same skills are probably there. Okay, so for example, if you love to cook, but you're right now working in an office, it's the same thing. What does cooking represent? Well, cooking represents happiness, perhaps homeliness, entertainment, and if you look hard enough, you'll probably find some of those qualities in the job that you do, because if they really are your life qualities, they'll come out no matter what you do. So with these 5 points, you're very easily able to identify what your purpose is. How do these apply to English? It's a really good question. Well, let's just look at each one. Who are you? Okay, so you're the English learner. Let's call you Tom. Okay, what do you do? You have a passion. What is it? You have a passion for learning. Who do you do it for? Well, you could answer that question by saying, I do it only for myself. But let's open it up a bit. Perhaps you could do it for other people. What do other people want or need from you? Well, you could pass on your knowledge of what you're learning. How do other people change or transform as a result of what you give them? It's a very interesting question. Even if you only have a little English and you're passionate about it, you don't have to rush out and set up a language school. You don't have to become Shakespeare to write a book about it, but why not create a blog of some kind? It doesn't have to be a blog specifically about English, but it can be a blog where other people can learn from you something about English. Next time you're talking to your teacher, perhaps you could ask him or her how you could do that, how you could be more creative. Perhaps there's a blog that both of you could share or work on together. That would be quite a good constructive exercise. But I'm getting off point here a little bit. I'm talking about how you can use these 5 points to give away your English. When you have to give something to somebody else, regardless of what it is, it really motivates you to do more. Now that gets a bit unhinged and gets a bit difficult if you're only doing things to get money. But what I'm talking about is if you really are able to see what you do in life that you're really passionate about, you're not going to be so concerned about the money you get from that thing, but seeing someone smile when you give them it brings a lot of joy. So, let's get away from English learning again for a moment, because I know that many of you probably aren't ready to set up a blog. You probably feel a bit afraid, but that's something you can talk to your English teacher about. Who are you? What are you really passionate about in life? Or another way to ask the question is, what's your thing? What do you do? Try to avoid simply your job title there. Who do you do it for? What do they want or need? How do they change or transform as a result? And there you are. Answering these questions honestly and effectively will reveal something quite, well, probably quite beautiful and personal to you. Good luck with that. That's it from me. See you. Bye.